is a woman, a shlucha. She does Hebrew class, and now because of COVID, she's doing it via Zoom. And she wants to do, especially this week, it's got to do with the Hafroshas Challah. So she wants to do baking challah with the children. How do you do challah baking over Zoom? So what she wants to do is she'll prepare a big batch of dough, and then put small amounts to eat for each child in a bag. And she'll go around, deliver the bags to each child at home, and then it'll come the cheder time, the Hebrew class time, and she will do she'll display with them, and each child will make their own challah. And then she asks the question, what about a bracha? She'll make hafroshas challah. Can she make hafroshas challah when the dough, most of the dough is not here? A lot of the dough is already by the children in their respective houses. So I answered her that it's for you to make a bracha, it's essential that you have a shiur challah, which is, let's say it's 3 pounds, 4 pounds, whatever it may be. In addition to what you've given out to the children, you should have retained for yourself a shiur challah. In this way, you can take challah for all of the dough. Now, we've gone through this in previous occasions, that there is a Mishnah which talks about if you make a dough with the intention of distributing it to smaller amounts to several customers. So you started off with 3 pounds, 4 pounds. You intended to divide it to smaller amounts, 1 pound here, 1 pound there. Then we have a problem, because the fact that you intended to divide it into smaller amounts takes away from the fact that you have a shiur challah. So now, if she would give out to each child and not have a shiur challah at home, I would say it's isa suya lechalik. It's a dough which was with the intention of distributing to several customers, and once it's in the children's home, it's a separate bailus. Therefore, she wouldn't be able to take a challah with a bracha by having a shiur which she'll retain for herself or her household. So then she would be able to say with a bracha, and so that's what I advised her. Do these small amounts of the children in their respective homes, are they chayiv b'challah? The chayre not, and even if yes, so they're covered by the challah which the shlucha will take in her home when she does the Zoom lesson. Now I got another question, a very interesting question.
Why is it covered by hers?
Okay, I'll explain to you. There's a din of, I didn't want to go into harichas, but you asked. There's a din of ein mafrishn shaloi min hamukif. The chatchila, the batch of dough should all be in the same setting, same place, but certainly b'di'evet. And in the circumstances then you can be mafresh even shaloi min hamukif. So even if you'd say that those small amounts which the children have are chayiv b'challah, I think they're not. But even if they are, so then she's taking challah and it's covering for them. We've gone through this before. How do if you go to a Jewish bakery, you go to Grudzinski, are they open at 4 o'clock in the morning? You go at 4 o'clock in the morning, you buy a loaf of a roll, and you go and eat it. Who's mafresh challah from the roll from the dough at 4 o'clock in the morning in Grudzinski's? The goyim are working there through the night. How is hafroshas challah done? So the procedure is that the goyish bakers, for every batch of dough, they take a lump and put it on a tray, and they number it. Mashgiach comes 6 o'clock in the morning. Remember, Moshe Abel Salav Shalom. We used to see him every morning. He used to come to the bakeries to take hafroshas challah, and that was okay, even though it's possible that some customers have already eaten but in chutz la'aretz that would work. So let's not get into that whole discussion because limited on time.